Hey guys, what is up and welcome to a new League of Legends video. So the topic of today's video is going to be Talon. And it feels like whenever an assassin gets nerfed, there's always going to be a handful of people that are very sad, so mainly obviously Talon players, but there's going to be usually an even bigger handful of people being happy. The people that just simply do not enjoy facing assassins. Now obviously myself being an assassin player and someone who's recently starting to pick up Talon more and more, obviously I am more sad than happy. But at the end of the day, the changes or nerfs that they're doing to Talon are, in my opinion, justified. Or well, at least for the most part they are. These nerfs are definitely ones I've been seeing coming from a long time ago. So to me, it's no big surprise that they're here, but maybe Riot has overdone it by just a little bit. Either way guys, in this video we'll be going over the Talon nerfs. I'll tell you guys my thoughts on it, what it could mean to Talon and how much it'll affect him. And as usual, I want you guys to write down in the comments below telling me what you think of the nerfs to Talon. And if you guys enjoy me covering changes like this, let me know by hitting the like button. Alright, so what's happening to Talon? Why is Riot now setting their focus or their sights on this assassin champion? So let's first take a look at what they actually did to him. The nerf or change is solely focused on his ultimate, and at a quick glance it might just not seem that big, but when you really think about it and take into account how it really affects him, you'll realize that there's a lot more to this nerf than you may initially think. So his ultimate is getting increased in cooldown much higher at the first and second rank, while the third rank is not as big of a difference. However, at the first rank, it's at a 25-second increase in his ultimate, and increasing the mana cost on his ultimate. But the question is 25 seconds added to his rank 1 ultimate a little too much? Personally, I really expected this nerf to be happening to Talon from a long time ago. He's an assassin I've been playing a lot more often recently because I'm starting to really respect the champion. The amount of damage he can dish out, the reliable burst he has, and the AoE damage in the team fight is all nothing to laugh at. So because I've been playing Talon more often recently, well, these nerfs are more understandable to me. So these nerfs are directed towards his early game a lot more than his late game, and even more specifically during his laning phase. So I did some research to see what other people were saying about this and what Talon mains were saying about this as well, and for the most part a lot of people agree with nerfing his ultimate. Because the biggest issue you would have when facing Talon is, well, if you die or if you make one mistake against him in the laning phase and he kills you, maybe let's say at level 6. Well, by the time you respawn, by the time you get your items, by the time Talon backs the base, gets his items, and also returns to the laning phase, chances are his ultimate is going to be up in maybe 20 seconds or so. So with that in mind, I mean, for the most part you have about 20 seconds of breathing room in the laning phase until you really have to worry about Talon jumping on you and killing you once again. It seems like Riot's nerf essentially means that they felt like a lot of people did not have enough breathing room when facing Talon if they made one mistake against him. So now if you were to make a mistake against Talon, well, it won't be punished as hard. But on top of this, Talon is known to be quite an effective roamer because he can push it away very easily with a W followed by a Tiamat. And I mean, he has a fantastic gap closer. He can also initiate from the side with his ultimate thanks to the invisibility and increased move speed. So when it came to pushing in the lane and then roaming top, bottom, or maybe somewhere in the jungle, well, Talon was actually quite effective at it. But something that required Talon to have in order to usually make a roam successful is, well, having his ultimate up and ready to go. But now that he has an increased duration of 25 seconds on his ultimate before you can use it again, well, obviously you're not going to be roaming as often. So of course, if you're a Talon player, if you're a Talon main, this nerf is a little unfortunate, but I think we can all agree to at least some extent it was definitely coming and justified. But other reasons that I think this nerf isn't all that bad is, well, I mean, for the most part, Talon's playstyle is still the same. His damage is very much there. There's no clunkiness added to his kit, there's no sluggish type effects or abilities, everything still works the exact same way and Talon is still being played as Talon. These are the way the nerfs I feel like for the most part should be done rather than making a champion feel clunky like they did with Zed or Rengar. But this also begs the question, was this Talon nerf made by Riot because of Duskblade? Personally, I don't think it was the main reason whatsoever. Maybe it had a little bit of an impact, but I mean, Talon is somewhat of a successful champion. Every time I would check out win ratios for mid lane, Talon's win ratio always seemed to be fairly impressive. So the major thing this will be affecting for Talon is going to be the laning phase, whether it's just capitalizing off of the mistake that your opponent did and you want to keep killing him over and over and snowball, or whether it comes to maybe pushing in the lane and roaming. Neither of those is going to be as successful as it currently is on the live server. And for the most part, I do agree with the nerf because sometimes I would personally even use Talon's ultimate just to clear a wave that much faster so that I can go ahead and maybe back to base or something. So now you're gonna have to be using your ultimate much more wisely within the laning phase because again, if you want to go in for the kill, well, you better hope you get the kill. If you want to save it for the roam, well, you better save it for the roam and you can't use it so freely. Or if you feel like you're gonna get ganked or you're getting camped and you have to use your ultimate as a defensive mechanism, well, again, you're not going to be able to just simply waste it on trying to kill your opponent. You'll have to think a bit more ahead as to when the jungler might gank you because of now the increased cooldown on the ultimate. Now another question is, did Riot go a little overboard when increasing the cooldown on his ultimate at rank 1 being 25 seconds, rather than maybe making it something like 20 seconds? But either way guys, I mean, those are the current nerfs happening to Talon. I know a lot of people always want to know what's happening to assassins. Are they getting buffed? Are they getting nerfed? Because it seems to be a very touchy subject for a lot of people. So veteran Talon players shouldn't be affected by this too negatively, but newer Talon players that use their ultimate very willingly and sparingly will get affected. But either way guys, that is it for this video. If you did enjoy it, make sure to hit that like button, share with your friends so everyone else has an idea on what's happening to Talon. Check out my other videos as well. And here are my favorite answers from the previous video's question: what is your best champion for solo queue? But I thank each and every one of you for watching, and I hope to see you for the next one. Peace.